Hey, what's up my friends? It's Casey Roch here with The Spotlight. We're on season 2, episode 4. We're doing a very, very special feature today. We're gonna have you guys meet the man behind the camera, Mr. Ben Park. He's been on me with this journey for well over 2 years, guys. He's the one behind the scenes, shooting all the videos, recording all the audio, splicing, cutting, putting everything together so you guys can see these episodes. Truly one of the best human beings I've ever met, guys. I want you to meet him. Let's get in and take a look. Yeah, man, so obviously, you know, we're, what, a couple of years in, Spotlight-wise now, and I mean, just been a whirlwind. You know, took a little break there with everything going on, but back at it, and obviously no better way. You know, it's always highlighting somebody doing some good in the community and their business, and obviously no better way than to highlight the man behind the camera who makes all this happen. So, I mean, obviously we've talked in length a lot, Ben, but like, what would you say is your favorite part about doing the Spotlight? Like, what is it for you?
It'd have to be the impact and seeing how interconnected the community is. Just seeing how everybody comes together as a whole, and you know, they really go out for each other. You know what I mean? They do a lot for each other, and that was really neat to see. So, just the relationships that everybody has with each other was something that I feel is kind of rare. You know, to be in a community that actually cares about each other, not only the people that they serve, but each other as well. And the way everybody uplifts each other is unique and special. So it's a privilege to get to observe that and kind of spectate and, you know, witness that, how that comes together. So
definitely. No, man, I agree. I think that, you know, when you do these videos, you kind of pull back like the veil, because people just see a business, they go in, they support it, whether it's a restaurant, coffee shop, whatever, but they rarely know the story behind it unless they know the person. So like, I think it's cool, like the way that we do this, and like with your skill set, to be able to kind of like pull that veil down and get behind it and really like, you know, what drives these people, what's their passion about, and like being able to highlight that, that's probably got to be pretty cool to like see it from the other side of the camera, especially when you're editing.
What I really thought was special about the Spotlight was that the business has always had a purpose or a cause behind the business. So for instance, with Brimstone Bicycle, Eric does things with the vets, or Lisa with All Occasions Bakery, how she does stuff for breast cancer awareness. So that was something that I felt was an amazing thing, and I love being able to highlight businesses that are doing something beyond themselves. I felt that it's cool to be able to do that and kind of get their story of not just what they do, but why they do it. And it's cool to see that sometimes not just about profit and things like that. So
100%, man. No, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Like, it is cool just to be a part of somebody's story and tell the story, you know, as it is. Like you already mentioned Eric and all that he's been through, all that he's done, like to bring, you know, that man's story to light is what this is all about. I guess to take it a step further, obviously, you know, we kind of talked to your passion for Spotlight, what you like about that, but what got you into videography? Like what was that kind of drive?
So story. I always loved stories. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved listening to my grandmother tell stories, or even listening to my family members, or just everyday people. They'd have a story to tell or about their day, and I like always listening to it. And which is why I've always loved movies. And so ever since I was a kid, and I have a lot of things I want to say, and I think that film is a good way to communicate a message or reach people. And so that's how I got into the film. Just always been into it, and then I just wanted to be able to tell stories the right way. And when it comes to the craft and the art and the cinematography, and so I think it's cool to be able to bring that to the community as well.
So a question I would have is like, were you always, you know, creatively inclined, or is it just like something you developed because you had a passion for a film, or you just?
I think I've always had the natural eye. You know, if you've got the eye for it, you're 90% there. You know, but yeah. So I think it's been a combination of the schooling, but then also just having the natural eye for it. You know, and a lot of it's just observation, just paying attention. I've always been a people watcher, right? I love watching people. Probably has to do with trying to figure out what their story is without, you know, maybe I can't have a conversation with them, but try to figure out what makes people tick and things like that. But it's really just about story and conversation, really. And so that's all I try to bring out. And I always film things that I find interesting, that I find intriguing. I just make observations on like human life, human behaviors, and, you know, meaning, purpose, fulfillment, what makes people fulfilled, meaning, and things like that. And so all I do is simply capture what's already there organically. And I think that's what makes Spotlights and the things that other things I film resonate is because it's not fake.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. So let's get into a little bit. Obviously, everybody has seen what you've done with the Spotlight. I'd say, you know, if most don't, or some that don't know you rather, I should say, like, tell them a little bit about what you do in terms of like videos, right? So like, obviously we've talked about, did the Spotlight with me, you do house tour videos with me, other promotional stuff, but like, you're all over the board. So touch base on that a little bit.
Weddings, of course, real estate, and then creating videos for businesses, marketing videos. Sometimes it's as simple as like a 30-second clip. But the weddings, I would say, are very special to me personally, because it's not about marketing, advertising, it's not about P&Ls and all the, you know, all the number stuff. It's just when two people come together that love each other with their friends and family, and they get to celebrate for those 7 hours or 10 hours, that whatever they're doing. None of that matters. All the, you know, what's going on in the world and this, that, and the other. And it's cool to be around that positive energy. It's kind of therapeutic, honestly, you know.
It's infectious.
Yes, it is, absolutely. So whenever I get a chance to shoot a wedding, boy, I'm on it, you know. So
what would you say, kind of a different perspective, outside of like business? I mean, just so people can get to know you a little bit better. Like, what are some things that you enjoy doing? Like what outside of work related stuff, like what are you passionate about?
The filming thing, obviously, you know, when I got into it, it wasn't for a career or a job. It was because I like to tell stories. I just wanted to make movies. Well, what happened was I would share videos that I would do for fun, and then people would see those and say, hey, would you mind, could you shoot this wedding, or could you, and it just kind of picked up from there. So obviously filming, so when I'm not shooting for someone else, I'm shooting for myself, particularly astrophotography. I love shooting the stars, the universe, nebulas. I mean, that's one of my favorite things to do, because everything just melts away. It's just you and the universe, you know, and it's humbling because you feel so small, but yet at the same time you feel significant, because it's like, I am here. What am I going to do with the opportunity that I have to live? You know what I mean? And what impact am I going to make? And what legacy am I going to leave behind? So, so that's one of the things when I'm shooting astrophotography that always keeps me centered. And I believe,
Give you purpose.
Absolutely. I believe everybody has to have something that keeps them grounded in some regard, that has nothing to do with your everyday routine, right? It's completely foreign. Some people read books, some people play video games, whatever it is that unplugs you, right? I believe in that. Astrophotography for me is what unplugs me from everything, the crazy world, or sometimes even editing projects, you know. You know, you're editing for hours, sometimes a day, and it's like, oh, I need to take a break. I'm gonna go look at things that have nothing to do with a project, you know what I mean?
All right, my man, so it's always your keynote question, right? And you've asked it in every single of the, 28 or 29 that we've done so far. And so I want this to be no different. So I'm gonna ask you the question, you know, what is one thing that you'd want the audience to know, or you'd want to leave behind with the viewers right now?
It would be to, no matter what business or field you're in, live a life of purpose. The reason that's important is because if you don't have a purpose in your business, or even in real estate, no matter what it is, people will feel that. You're just going through the motions. It'll feel artificial. And live a life of purpose. Know who you are, why you matter, what are your values. Without having that purpose, you'll kind of wander aimlessly. You will experiment your way through things, and that can end up not good. You can wander off in a place you may not want to go. So that would be the number one thing, is to live a life of purpose.
Well, there you have it, my friends. Thanks so much for taking the time and hanging out with us today. You got to meet Ben, see, you know, again, the man behind the camera that just makes all this happen. Truly an amazing guy. As you can see, he does everything. You know, he does house tour videos, he does the Spotlight with me, he does, you know, promotional videos for businesses all over Northeast Ohio, and obviously too, doing weddings, guys. That's something near and dear to his heart, just to be a part of that special day. So one thing I want to leave you with, obviously, is Ben gives so much to me and the community around here. Let's give back to him. If you guys have anything coming up, you know, a promotional video for your business, a wedding coming up, anything in between that you want to film, this is the man for the job. Don't forget him. Reach out, get in touch. You won't regret it.